morning, dear students. In the last class, we are learning about the classification of birds, and that class is divided into two subclasses: archaeonids and neonids. And the neonids again divided into four super orders. And the first super order, that is Odontognathae, that includes all extinct birds. Next came Paleognathae. Paleognathae includes all flightless modern birds. And regarding its general features, we already have seen in the last class. So today we are starting with examples of the birds that is coming under that Paleognathae. Okay, after that we will go for Neognathae and Impernae. Okay, before that I am just briefing that Neognathae includes flying birds and Impernae includes marine birds like penguin. Okay, let us start with the Paleognathe's example. Examples in the last class already I have told you that examples are kiwi, struthio and emo. First example is struthio. Struthio, that term is not that much familiar, but come to the its other name ostrich, then we are very common with that bird. Ostrich, we used to watch this ostrich whenever we visit a zoo. So we are going to see its general characteristics. What's a notable feature of this ostrich? It is the largest living bird. And it is a swift runner. Swift means very fast. What about its speed? 80 kilometer per hour. It's the speed of that ostrich. Regarding the habitat, they live in arid and semi-arid zones of Africa and Arabian deserts. They used to commonly they can be located in these Africa and Arabian deserts, dry areas. Okay, next regarding its body. Body is very massive, huge. That maybe means not maybe, surely that is a reason why it cannot fly. Why they can't fly long distance. Its body is very massive and height is 8 feet and its weight is 150 kilogram. And look in his head and neck. That head, neck and legs, they are sparsely feathered, means that without any feathers, only small tiny feathers we can see on such areas. And plume means what? A large, long or conspicuous feather, that is plume. And feather are plume like, means they are long feathers. It possesses long feathers. Coming to its head, it is very small compared with the size of the bird. The size of the head is too small, and it is flat and having a strong beak. We irritate this bird, or if it get the feeling that we are going to attack this bird, then surely this bird will attack us. It will run very fast behind us and will try to attack us. Okay, and such videos I think you have watched in some YouTubes or in some other medias. Okay, then regarding the neck, is very low and wings are poorly developed, and it is covered with quill feathers. Quill feathers is the main feather that is seen in the wings, and it is without after shaft. What is after shaft? I will explain you later in the section itself. But for a slight understanding, I just draw you what is that after shaft. Usually this is the structure of a common feather, and at the base there is some soft hairs, and that soft hairs are called the after shaft. Okay. Next, this is a picture after shaft. Here we can, in this image we can see that after shaft. And regarding the wingspan in the last class I explained you what is wingspan. Anybody remembering what is wingspan? Again, I will show you what is wingspan. If this is a bird, wingspan is the distance from the tip of one wing to the tip of another wing. That is wingspan. Okay. Then wingspan of this ostrich is 2 meter. Oh, think how much distance. Okay. Then legs is long and sturdy, and it helps in defense also. Using the leg also it do its defense. And 2 forward directed toes we can see here. And food habits, they are omnivore. Omnivore means they are both vegetarian and non-vegetarian. And also along with its food, it used to swallow stones and pebbles for crushing the food that reached its stomach. Then excretory aspect, it is urine is separate from its fecal matter. Means it can discharge the waste water separate from fecal matter. That is about the excretory aspect. And coming to furthers, male used to have black and white tail, and but in the case of females and young males, feathers are grayish brown and also white. Reproductory aspects, male and the reproductory structure is penis, and female another structure clitorius. Clitorius is somewhat functionally similar to that of penis. The bird is gregarious. Gregarious means it is a sociable bird. It love to live in groups and form a. It doesn't like to live alone. That's why sociable. And polygamous. Polygamous means more than one female are always can locate along with one male. That is polygamous. Then egg, its egg is the largest shell egg, and its weight is about 1.5 kilogram. And all hens egg are laid in a common nest. They dig a small pit in the sand and laid their eggs in that. And over that pit, they used to scoop the sand. Means they heap sand over that to protect the eggs from its enemies. Next example for Paleognathae is Dromaeus novia hollandi, and its other name is easy to remember, that is emu. What is its notable facts? It is the second largest bird, and its native place is Australia. Other features, they are soft feathered flightless birds, and long thin necks and legs with 3 forward directed toes. A nail is present. It is used for defense and very good vision, a good eyesight and hearing. Wings are present, but it is vestigial. There is no use of wings for that bird. It only helps that bird for stabilizing. Okay. Regarding the food, it feeds on plants and insects. That means it is omnivorous. They can survive without food for weeks. That is a notable character. It can survive without food for many weeks. And also this bird also ingests stone to grind its food that is present in the stomach. And what it also, as it is found in dry areas, it doesn't need to drink water when compared with that of normal birds. So that's why it drink infrequently. Adaptability, they can tolerate wide range of temperature. Means it can sustain fluctuations in temperature. And regarding the gender, it is very difficult to differentiate male from a female. Only way using the difference in the sound they produce, we can understand whether it is a male or female. And reproductive aspects, male, the reproductive structure is penis, and female it is clitoris. Its breeding time is May and June. It is polygamous. Polygamous means so many females seen at associated with one male. Males do the incubation for the eggs without eating, and the hatching period is around 8 weeks. 8 weeks is required to hatch their egg, and the young ones are precocious. Precocious means at the time of birth itself, it is with the feathers. That type of young ones are called precocious. Next superorder, Neonate. Neonate includes all modern flying birds. Neonate is otherwise called carnate. Okay, first we are going to see its general features. They are modern flying birds. And regarding the head, head related features peculiarity means its beak are toothless and also horny. And coming to wings, it is well developed for flying with well developed flight muscles. And the feathers have interlocking barbules, and that also helping for good flight. Tail it is arranged semicircularly around the pygostae. Pygostae means it's a skeletal structures formed by the union of caudal vertebrae. Oil gland, it is present. Then skeleton related aspects. Sternum is present with keel. That means that bird is good in flight. Only flying birds, flying wise better adapted birds only possess this keel. Then ribs are with the unisonic process, that also helps in flying. Furcula is present, pygostae is present. All these structures are advantageous for a flying bird. Respiratory aspects. They have air sacs for storing additional air. That also another advantageous factor that is helping in its flight. Then reproductive aspects, males are without copulatory organ, and its young ones are altricious. Altricious means what? Altricious means it is just open to precarious. Precarious means that young ones born with the small feathers, and within a day itself it can move out of the nest. But against to that, the altricious means the young one born with closed eyes, and it need the support, help of its parents for its feeding and everything for some days, and later only they can move or do something independently. That type of young ones are called altricious. Examples: pigeon, peafowl, pelican, kite, etc. And under this super order, the only example that you need to learn is pigeon. So that we are going to see then pigeon, or otherwise called Columbia livia. And the common species is Columbia livia, and its distribution it is common in Asia, Europe, and Africa. Its picture is shown here. And, regarding its habitat, it usually dwell in abandoned buildings, then warehouses, granary premises. All these type of that area should be without so much noise or nuisance, but also it should provide some food source. That type of area usually this pigeon used to prefer. And regarding the habit, they are gregarious, means sociable. They live in groups. Then regarding food, they are omnivorous. They used to feed grains, pulses, seeds, grasses, small insects, snails, etc. Body we can divide into head, neck, trunk, and tail. head, neck, trunk, and tail. Its shape is somewhat spindle shape. Neck is long, cylindrical, and it is very flexible. And have you ever noticed the way how that pigeon is moving its head? On seeing that, we can very easily understand the flexibility of its neck. Head, it is having the pointed beak with upper and lower jaw, and is covered by horny sheath. That beak is covered with a horny sheath called rhamphothica, and mouth is terminal. Then sere means it is a whitish swollen area. In this picture you can see that swollen area of soft skin at the base of the upper beak. Two external nostrils also present. The lateral eyes are lateral, one in one side and the other one in the other side, with eyelids and it covering it. A transparent membrane is present inside its eyes, covering its outer surface. That membrane is called nictitating membrane. Then external ear opening is present, that is behind each eye. Skeleton is with the sternum. The sternum is with the keel. Regarding the limbs, forelimbs is modified to wings, and that wings we can divided into three parts, like upper arm, then forearm, and the head. Upper arm, forearm, and hand. Three divisions are possible. Then prepatagium. Prepatagium means the fold of skin. Here we can see prepatagium. Fold of skin seen between upper and forearm. Here, that part of skin is called prepatagium, and postpatagium means that part of skin that is seen between that upper arm and trunk. Postpatagium. Okay. Then hind limbs consists of thigh, shank, and foot. Toes 4 with claws. Okay, that's about its limbs. Next is a video of pigeon down. It's very easy to access it using the so I am not showing this video now because it may take some time in our session. Tail is otherwise called a Europygium. A conical projection we can see here in this picture. You can see that a conical projection that is called Europygium. Beyond the cloaca. Cloaca means it's a common opening for releasing the waste and the sex cells. Okay, then tail feathers are called rectrices. They are arranged in the form of a fan in this area. And oil gland is present. Oil gland is called the uropygeal gland because it is seen in that uropygium. So that's why it's called the uropygeal gland, or otherwise called the preen gland. And what is uropygium? Uropygeal gland. It is a papillae, small papillae-like structure on the surface of this uropygium. Here we can see that. And using that gland, the birds lubricate it feathers. We used to see that in our houses, or not only in our house, wherever we closely watch birds for some time, we can see that the birds used to clean its feathers by taking oil using its beak from that tail region. So that oil is coming out from that uropygeal gland. Reproductory aspects, they are monogamous. Monogamous means one male is seen associated with only one female. They show parental care and that parental care is done by both male and female. And they also secrete milk for the young ones, that is secreted from the lining of its crop. Crop means I will show you the position of the crop. In pigeon, the mouth leads to esophagus and it that leads to crop, and its lining secrete milk for the young ones after it hatch out. Then the pigeon need to feed that young one. How? It prompt its young one to insert its beak into the mother's beak and to suck that milk oozing out from the crop. That's a way of feeding. I will show you one video also how that the mother pigeon nurses its young one. Okay, here you can see that young one is inserting its beak into the mother's beak, and it's sucking that milk oozing out from its crop. Okay, that's about that video, and I think it's very clear to you. Then coming to the feathers of pigeon. Coming to feathers, plumage is the term for the feathers. Plumage means covering of feathers. And pterylosis. Pterylosis is the arrangement and distribution of feathers on the body of birds. Pteryle. What is pteryle? Pteryle means it's a definite rows of feathers. And apteria means it is the space between the feathers. That is aptery. A means absent. Then different types of feathers are present, which are the quill feathers, condor feathers, phyllo down feathers. And these down feathers appear only during the time of its nesting time. Means during its that parenting time to give warm for the eggs. That time only down feather appears. And quill feather, condor feather, phyllo. All these three types are present in adult birds. Then we are going to understand about each type of feathers. Quill feather. What is the function? Means feather that is helping in flight is quill feather. Regarding the structure, it possesses central axis, and central axis itself have two parts. They are a proximal calamus. This is the calamus portion, and a distal rachis portion. That central stem-like structure. That calamus, or otherwise called quill, it is a swollen hollow part. It is hollow, and using this part, that feather is inserted in the skin of the bird. And inferior umbilicus, another type. Inferior umbilicus means small opening at the tip of the quill. At the tip of the quill, a small opening is present. That is called inferior umbilicus. And through that opening, that the feather is getting blood supply. Then superior umbilicus means here also another opening is present at the junction of quill and the rachis. And then expanded blade-like portion. This expanded portion, this is called vein. Vein means this portion from that rachis. This expanded portion is called vein. And then vein or cilium. Then after shaft I already explained to you in some former slide. This after shaft we can see here, there soft hair like process around the superior umbilicus. Superior umbilicus is the opening seen at the junction of quill and the rachis. And the rachis, it is solid long axis of the vein. This is a vein and this is the rachis. And umbilical groove. Umbilical groove means it is a furrow running along. It's a furrow running along inside this rachis. Then barbs. What are barbs? Barbs are closely packed hair-like process. In here you can see that these are barbs. Barbs. They are closely packed hair-like process from the rachis. This is rachis, and from that hair-like process emerges. They are called barbs. And from that barbs, again small delicate filaments emerge. They are called the barbules. Okay. Then distal barbules are all different types. Distal barbules. Distal barbules means those barbules seen distant away from that barbs. This is the barb, and away from the barb, some barbules are present. That barbules are called distal barbules. Proximal barbules means they are directed towards the tip of the feather also. If we look its direction, it is directing towards the tip of the feather, and they are called proximal barbules. Proximal barbules means somewhat they can see in almost middle portion. Okay, proximal barbules. Then barbicels means row or hooklets of distal barbules. Means barbicels. Barbicels means distal barbules itself. It is making some interlocking with the proximal barbule of adjacent barb. Clear? I will explain to you once more. This is rachis, this is barb. Okay, and from this barb, barbules are emerging. Okay, and distal barbules are there, and these distal barbules make interlocking with the proximal barbule of adjacent barb. This is barb. This is barbules, and this distal barbules make interlocking with the proximal barbule of adjacent barb and gives firmness for the bee. Okay. Next point, types of quill feather: reminges, rectrices, and converse. And what is reminges? Reminges are flight feathers of bees. So we are talking about feathers. Feathers itself, different types are there. Quill feather is there, contour feather is there, phylloplums are there, down feathers are there, and again in quill feather itself different types exist. They are reminges, rectrices, and converts. Okay. Reminges are those feathers that is present in the wings. 23 reminges are present on each wings. In each wings, 23 reminges. Okay. Inner and outer halves of the vein of these reminges are unequal, are having unequal width. In this picture, you can see that this is reminges. And when coming to reminges, the inner half and outer half, its width. Here only this much width is there, but coming to here, this much width. That's what. The inner and outer halves of the vein are unequal width. And then primaries means 11 reminges that attach to hand. In the hand portion means what? That being a foreleg, we can divide into upper arm, forearm, and hand portion. In that hand portion, 11 reminges are attached. They are called primaries. Okay, then what secondaries? Secondaries means the remaining 12 reminges that are attached to this forearm portion. That is primaries and secondaries. Then rectrices. That is rectrices. Rectrices means the quill feather that's seen in the tail region. Inner and here, this is a picture. Inner and outer half of the vein is almost equal width. It's not that much pointed. Okay. Then it is it serves as a brake and also steering, means to change the direction of the flight. Converts are small quill feather. They are seen around the base of rectrices. See, this is a rectrices feather, and its base we can see some small quill feathers. They are called converts. Along the base of reminges also it present. And what is significance? It covers the space between the flight feathers. some vacant space, naked space will be there. That space is filled by these contours to give a continuous area for flight. Then we are moving to next type. Quill feather is over. Then contour feather. Contour feather, what is this function? The function to cover the body and to give shape. Okay. And also, what about its appearance? This is the contour feather. It resembles the quill feather itself, but it is small. And it also have a central axis vein is there. And barbules are very weak and poor at interlocking. And next type is fallopium. Fallopium means this one. Appearance, it is small, delicate, bristle-like feathers. And its calamus is very short and long ranges. And at a free tips, how many barbs and barbules are present. Position is usually present on underside of the body beneath the contour feathers. Beneath the contour feathers, it is present beneath this feather. Then last one, down feather. The nestling feather. During the nestling time only, this down feather develop in the body of birds. Appearance, they are soft and woolly feathers. They didn't possess ratchets. And that calamus is a small hollow calamus with a tuft of barbs at tip, and barbicels are absent. And free barbs and barbules allow maximum air trap and to give warmth for the egg. Okay. Okay. With this we can finish today's class and section. Thank you.